Moving on to the next problem. Again, illustration question we are doing. That is illustration number 30. We are asked to do the income expenditure and again the balance sheet. But some more adjustments are there we have in this question. The first one, we will go through the adjustments first. The club has 50 members, each paying subscription. So, you put a tick mark against subscription now. Then salary outstanding. So, put a tick mark against salary. On 1st April 2019, read the dates always carefully. That means it is the opening date. You have building and furniture and books also. So, these three will appear in the opening balance sheet. Okay, then other than that, they are not asking you to write off and all. So, there is no depreciation. So, you just put tick marks against books, building, furniture. But we do not have furniture and building in the payment side. Meaning is we do not have any additional purchase. But for books, we have additional purchase of 5 lakhs, which you can find on the payment side. Then the last one, legacy donation. So, put a tick mark against legacy donation. So, now we will start. The first item we will start with the receipt side. The opening balance is given. Will you write it now? No. That will come in the opening balance sheet because that is the opening cash balance. So, we will start with that subscription. So, draw the format. This is illustration number 30. What is the date given? 31st March 2020. Expenditure, amount, incomes, amount. So, we will start with that subscription. So, it should come on the income side by subscription, and the amount here is, see, 3 years figures they have given on the receipt side, because for receipts and payments account the rule is they can include current years, last years and next years. So, that is why all 3 figures are given there. But when you do income expenditure, we can take only current year's figure. So, which is current year? 2020 is the year ending. So, the current year is 2019-20 and the figure given there is received amount is 10 lakhs, which should come in the inner column. Then we will read the adjustment related to that. The club has 50 members, each paying subscription of 25,000. We had similar transaction in video number 3, that is 25,000 into 50 we will take first. What is 25,000 into 50? That will be 12,50,000. This is the figure which we have to receive actually. Didn't we do the same in video number 3? That is 416 members into 125 and we got 52,000, which we wrote in the outer column the same time. So, this 12,50,000 is actually the amount which we have to get. But what we received is 10 lakhs. From where did we get this? That is on the receipt side 10 lakhs. Okay. But what we are supposed to get is this 25,000 into 50, 12,50,000. So, in your outer column actually the figure must be 12,50,000. Okay. Now, we will continue that adjustment number 1. Subscription outstanding on 31st March 2019, that means last year's outstanding figure 3 lakhs. What should we do with last year's figure? Normally we will less it, we will deduct it, isn't it? But here what you have to do is, see, did they mention like this subscription included 3 lakhs of last year? No, they didn't specify like that. They didn't specify like subscription included 3 lakhs of last year. If it has included in this figure, then you must deduct. That means last year's figure we know that we have to exclude. But in this question the 3 lakhs, that sentence is separately given like subscription outstanding 3 lakhs. Just look into the second transaction. There also we have salary outstanding, and then they have written specifically a sentence, salary paid. The second sentence I am reading, salary paid included 3 lakhs for last year. Specifically they have given like included. That means you have to less it. Only current years you will have to take. But here, since the 3 lakhs is not included in this figure, should we take it? Should we exclude it? No. If it is there, you have to exclude, take only current years. It is not there, the 3 lakhs is not there. So, nothing to be done with that 3 lakhs in this account. Is it clear? That figure you have to take very carefully. If it was included, you have to take it. But here, it is not included. Second sentence, the salary they have mentioned, it includes 3 lakhs. So, then you have to less. Here, since it is not included, we are not excluding it. We are not doing anything with that 3 lakhs, that is all. So, 10 lakhs received, 12 lakh 50 the receivable amount. So, what is the meaning of that? Rest 2 lakh 50, that is the outstanding amount at the end of this year. Understood? So, that 2 lakh 50, the difference 2 lakh 50 we will take as add outstanding, because that is outstanding amount at the end of 2020. 2019 you have 3 lakhs, but we did not less it, we did not deduct it because it is not included. Okay, the next one is you have to write like this. In your textbook they have simply written 12 lakh 50. You must show this, how we are getting that. Salary outstanding, sorry, the next one on the receipt side is rent. Rent you can take directly by rent. That is from the use of hall. Yours is a club, no. 7 lakhs. Next one is surplus from entertainment. All these you can write as revenue incomes or revenue receipts. Surplus from entertainment 2 lakhs. Then legacy donation, and we have put a tick mark. So, you read the adjustment. It is for construction of gymnasium. So, the specific purpose is mentioned there. So, can we include it here? No. If the purpose is specifically given, it becomes a capital receipt excluded from income expenditure. Then we have sale of old newspapers, that you can take here. See, books and all will consider as a fixed asset, but newspapers means these all newspapers we will be selling on a regular basis, because for NPOs these are their incomes, these donations, these funds, these are their incomes. Other than that they are not making any profit. So, sale of all newspapers, it's revenue or recurring in nature, you can write it here, whereas books and all you will not take. The amount is 1 lakh. Then on the payment side we have salary, and for that we have adjustment also, that is on 31st March 2020, salary outstanding 1 lakh. So, outstanding at the end of the year, what should we do? Add it. Then salary paid during 2019-20 included 3 lakhs of last year. What should we do? Since it is included, the 3 lakhs we have to, 3 lakhs no? Yes, 3 lakhs we have to less, since it was included. So, salary we will write now to salary, the paid amount in the inner column you can write. That means what is given on the payment side, 14 lakhs. Then add outstanding as on 2020, that means end of the year we have outstanding of 1 lakh. So, now it is 15 lakhs, with from that we less last year's outstanding figure which was included in this. So, that 3 lakhs we will less. So it is 12 lakhs. Then we have general expense that directly you can take. Three lakhs. Then electricity charges. Two lakhs. Okay, the next is books. Can we take here? No. The newspapers we can take, that is 4 lakhs. Books we will not take, that is considered as fixed asset. Newspapers recurring in nature. Then the closing balance will go to the closing balance sheet only. Now read your adjustments once again, see whether you have missed out any adjustment. Subscription we considered, salary we considered, then opening values are given, but that will come only in the opening balance sheet. Then legacy donation also we considered, we excluded it. Yes, so now it's over. Find the surplus or deficit. Here also you are getting a surplus, the income side is more. So 2 surplus, this is the balancing figure, 1,50,000. Okay. The question is not over, we have to do the balance sheet. For this you have to first see whether opening capital is given in the question. Do we have opening capital figure? No. Opening values of building, furniture and all given, but not the value of capital. So we will have to do the opening balance sheet first. So the date is balance sheet as at the closing date of last year, we will write as the opening. So this is the opening balance sheet. Look into your receipts and payments account. From there what you have to take is the opening balance, that is 3,50,000, the opening cash balance. All other figures happen during the year, that will go to the closing balance sheet. Then you have to see the adjustments now. That is subscription is there. See subscription we have written like add outstanding, no, this one. There is an outstanding subscription here 2,50,000. That is the outstanding subscription at the end of this year. That's why we added this figure. Okay, it's being added because this is the outstanding figure of this year. 0 is more here. Just correct it. Can we take this figure in the opening balance sheet? No. In the opening balance sheet, what we can take is only the opening figure. So 2,50,000 will not come in the opening balance sheet, but we have in the adjustment the second sentence, subscription outstanding on 31st March 2019, 3 lakhs. That is last year's, or it is the outstanding subscription in the beginning, which you can write on the asset side. Understood? So each and every sentence you have to read, each and every word you have to read. The next one, the next adjustment there is salary outstanding on 2020, you don't have to take because that is year ending figure. The opening figure 3 lakhs is given there, no, that you have to take, but it will come on the liability side. Salary outstanding, rent outstanding and all liabilities. Then opening values of building is given, so all these you have to write it here. Building value is 1 crore. Then furniture 10 lakhs. Building is not 10 lakhs, that is 1 crore, write carefully. Then books 10 lakhs. Okay, so these are the opening values given. Do we have anything else? legacy donation, but that will come only at the end of the year, because it is given on the receipt side of receipts and payments, and all those figures are happening during the year. So, in the balance sheet, opening balance sheet, these will not come. So, now your opening balance sheet is over. We have written all items. Yes, we have written all items. Now, you find the balancing figure of this balance sheet, and that will be written as always. The balancing figure will be here on the liability side, because we are trying to find the value of opening capital fund. So, the balancing figure now is 1,23,50,000. See in textbook, I have to write the totals here. In your textbook, they have done the closing balance sheet, and as working note, they did the opening. See, only after you finish your opening, you can do the closing balance sheet. So, you do not have to do like working note and all. You first prepare the opening, then do the closing balance sheet. Now, we will start the closing balance sheet. Okay, so we will do the closing balance sheet now. You have to look into receipts and payments first. Receipts and payments, all those items we excluded, you have to check now. See, from the receipt side, we excluded the opening balance of cash that we already wrote in the opening balance sheet. Then what we excluded there is, okay, the very next item, that is subscription of 2018-19 of 2,50,000. Didn't we exclude that? We didn't write it anywhere in income expenditure. So, that figure will come in this closing balance sheet. How will you write that figure? That is actually the subscription of last year which we have received. Now, what is last year's subscription outstanding? Can you find that amount anywhere in the question? The last year's subscription outstanding amount is 3 lakhs, which is given in adjustment 1, the second sentence. Did you see subscription outstanding on 31st March 2019? That means last year outstanding figure was 3 lakhs. Out of that, you received 2,50,000, that is the meaning. Did you understand? Because on the receipt side, whatever we write on the receipt side, the meaning is these are the received items. Okay. So, out of 3 lakhs, we received only 2,50,000, meaning is still, that means at the end of the year also, we have an outstanding subscription of rupees 50,000. Understood? Then, it is not over. This year ending, still other than this, we have an outstanding amount of, did you see that 2,50,000 which we wrote in the income side of income and expenditure? Just see your income side. Didn't we write subscription 10 lakhs, add outstanding 2,50,000? That is the amount which we have to receive, or that is outstanding at the end of this year, which we will add with this. So, all these are outstanding subscriptions. So, all together your figure will become 3 lakhs. How we got this 3 lakhs? This 2,50,000 means not the 2,50,000 given on the receipt side, that is something else. This 2,50,000 is something which we got from that income expenditure account, because this is the outstanding amount at the end of this year. What about this 50? How we got this 50,000? Actually, that is from the last year. Last year, you had an outstanding subscription of 3 lakhs. Did you see in adjustment 1? So, that is the opening outstanding figure. Out of that, during the year, you received 2,50,000, which is written on the receipt side. So, still there is a balance of 50,000 as outstanding. Then other than that 2,50,000 is outstanding at the end of this year also. That is how we have written this. Okay, this figure you have to write very carefully, that subscription figure. Then 2019-20, again coming back to the receipt side, 2019-20 10 lakh, that figure we have included. Then 2021 figure we have excluded, so that must come here now. That amount is 2 lakh. What is the meaning of 2021? That is next year's figure which we received this year. That is called receipt in advance. Received in advance, nature is liability, this must come on the liability side. So subscription received in advance, the amount is 2 lakhs which should come on your liability side. Understood? Then so what you have to remember is all those excluded items we will consider in the closing balance sheet. Why only in the closing balance sheet? Because all these happened only during the year. So these will not be there in the opening balance sheet. Then the next item that we excluded is legacy donation. So that also will come here. It's kind of a fund for you. So it is coming on the liability side. It's not an asset, it's on the liabilities. Because we have to use this for a specific purpose. It's like payable or it's like a fund which we are keeping. So it's on the liabilities, you have to write the amount is 2 lakhs. Okay. Then you have to write one more item on the liability side, that is the, always remember that item, that is the capital fund. The opening capital figure we got no. Capital fund opening figure is 1,23,50,000. With that you must always add surplus. Here the surplus figure is 1,50,000. So it is 1,25 lakhs. Now we will go through the adjustments. Adjustment 1, that subscription we considered already, subscription we did already. Salaries are there. The closing value we will take, that is salary outstanding 2020, it is 1 lakh, which is liability, closing liability, that we will write here. Then we didn't refer the payment side, isn't it? Yeah, before reading the adjustments, just complete both sides of your receipts and payments. Payment side we will just go through. What we excluded before is books value, so that we have to include it here. So books given on the payment side, the amount is 5 lakhs. That means that is the additional books we purchased. Other than that, we have opening value of books of 10 lakhs, that also will come in the closing. Because we didn't sell any books during the year, there is only additional purchase. So the opening value will again come in the closing balance sheet, 10 lakhs. With that, the additional what we purchased is 5 lakhs. So it is 15 lakhs. Okay. So that payment side got over now. Now we will read the adjustments one by one. Okay, subscription we wrote, salary we wrote, then opening values of building, furniture, that we have to write as it is, because we haven't sold any building and furniture. So the same value will come in the closing balance sheet also. Suppose you have a transaction like during the year we sold building for rupees 1 crore. That means this particular value will not appear, or building was sold for 2 crore, then also it will not come. Whatever it is, if it is sold, it will not come in the closing balance sheet. Otherwise, the opening figure will come in the closing balance sheet also. Then books we wrote, then furniture we have 10 lakhs. Then, okay, now did we finish all items? Yes, legacy donation we already wrote. Yes. Yes, now we finished all items. Just add and see whether you are getting the same answer on both sides. Salary outstanding here was 1 lakh. Okay, now you just add and see the totals. That is 1 crore 30 lakhs. So while you do the closing balance sheet, the first step is look into the receipts and payments. All those items we excluded from income expenditure will come here in closing balance sheet. Then here we don't have any depreciation and all, otherwise we would have deducted depreciation from building, furniture and books. Here we don't have any depreciation. Okay, so go through your receipts and payments, excluded items we have to consider, then go through the adjustments also. The closing values you have to consider, then same time for assets, if you haven't solved these assets, the operating values will again appear in the closing balance sheet. Then finally your balance sheet should tally so that you can check whether your answer is correct or not. Yes, so this is how you have to do the balance sheet. In this question, what you have to focus is that subscription received in advance, then at the end of the year there is 2,50,000 outstanding, then other than that there is 50 still outstanding from last year. All those calculations you just watch 2-3 times. That part is new for you. Rest all items are familiar now.